Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to break down how a single, unconfirmed rumor can just totally explode online. We're going to look at the anatomy of reaction, from that first moment of shock all the way to the classic smash that like button. Let's just dive right in.
And we're starting right where the source does, with this one line. You can tell right away, this isn't some scripted intro. It's a pure gut reaction. It sets the tone perfectly. Total shock, total disbelief. This is what hooks you in, because you know you're about to see something real and unfiltered.
All right, so let's get to the catalyst. You know how these things start. Every single online firestorm, it all begins with one little spark. And in this case, it's a single piece of news that hasn't even been confirmed yet. That's all it takes. And get this, the news doesn't come from some official press release or a major network. Nope, it comes from an Instagram feed. I mean, how many times have you seen something like that? It's just so true to how we live now. It really shows you how this kind of shocking and, let's be honest, often unreliable information just zips through our lives. And you hear that repetition, right? I didn't see this coming. That's not just him trying to fill the silence. That's his brain trying to catch up with what it just processed. The fact that the news is still unverified, well, at that moment, it's completely irrelevant. The emotional punch? It has already landed. Okay, so this brings us to a really crucial phase in how a rumor spreads, the information vacuum. This is that weird empty space between the first shock and when any real actual facts show up. And honestly, this is where things get really fascinating.
And here we go. The creator immediately starts trying to fill that vacuum, and he does it by talking about what he doesn't know. The first thing that comes to mind is the possibility of violence. It's just what our brains do, isn't it? We start searching for a story to make sense of it all.
And then boom, a second possibility is just thrown right out there. Again, he has nothing to go on here. It is pure speculation, born out of that total absence of information. It's like he's workshopping different potential narratives live right in front of his audience. And this phrase right here is the absolute core of it. The constant repetition of, I don't know, it's not just him saying he's clueless. It is the theme of this whole moment. He's pointing right at that empty space where the facts should be, and as we're about to see, that space creates a huge opportunity. So that's really the central question for us, isn't it? When there are no facts, what rushes in to fill that void? Well, the rest of this creator's reaction gives us a pretty clear answer. So, with no new facts to talk about, you have to watch what happens next. You'll see the focus pivot. It shifts away from the what of the event, and it moves towards something way bigger, the why it matters. And this is such a classic pattern you see online whenever there's a tragedy. When what happened is still a total mystery, the conversation just naturally shifts to why does this matter to me, to us? It's a way for us to find some kind of meaning in the middle of chaos. The event itself becomes a launch pad for a much more personal message.
And here they are, the life lessons that the creator pulls out of this unconfirmed report. All of a sudden, this isn't just about a news story anymore. It's about empathy. It's about staying safe, the fragility of life. The news, whether it's real or not, gets distilled into these really urgent warnings for everyone watching. The event becomes a fable.
Okay, now this is a really key moment. By sharing this little coincidence, the creator builds a bridge from a distant celebrity story right into his own personal life. It makes the whole thing feel more immediate and relatable, not just for him, but for his audience too. It's his way of saying, hey, this is real. This could happen to any of us.
So, finally, how does this raw, emotional, kind of philosophical monologue get packaged up? Well, let's look at how it all snaps right into the familiar structure of online content. And here's the crucial transition. It's so seamless, you could almost miss it. He shifts from being an emotional participant in the story, and he pivots right back to being a content creator about the story. He promises to deliver the facts as soon as they come out, giving everybody a reason to stay tuned to his channel. I mean, just look at this contrast. It's kind of wild. We just went on this whole journey of shock and speculation and deep personal reflection, and it all concludes with these totally standard, almost robotic calls to action. It's this fascinating mix of genuine emotion and the nuts and bolts of platform engagement. Even the call to comment is framed as a kind of digital collective mourning. And that kind of leaves us with this final thought. Breaking down a reaction like this really forces you to think about our own role in all of this, right? In this ecosystem of instant news and even faster reactions, Are we just passively sitting back and watching it all unfold? Or does every single view, every like, every comment actually make us an active participant in how that story grows and spreads? That's the real question.